What's up, YouTube? It's Gruntface back with a whole nother video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys something that I purchased from Liquid Barn. I was going to be doing an unboxing video today, but I figured since my box could look different than yours, just solely based on my flavor palettes, unique. I know there's people out there that prefer the same stuff as I do, but either way, you get my point. So instead, I figured I'd just show you guys what Liquid Barn has to offer, what I bought, how I mix some things, and I will be posting some links in the description below to show you guys, Liquid Barn, and you can see for yourself it's a good company. I think I ordered this about a week ago, and I've had it for a couple days now. I've been mixing my own juice, because I wanted to go into this review with a little bit of knowledge of Liquid Barn as opposed to just unboxing it and telling you guys, if they're a good company or not. But since I've been vaping it and I've had no issues with it, I prefer this over any vape juice I've bought in these stores, locally here, in person or online. Liquid Barn is definitely a one-stop shop for DIY e-liquid, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you guys what I've done. So let's get right on into it, and I'll show you guys more about Liquid Barn.
This is another baby, don't believe a word I say.
Alright guys, so first let me apologize for the shaky hands. Sorry, I don't have cool equipment like most reviewers, but it'll do. So I did not purchase this from Liquid Barn or any, vape supply store. I just had this around the house. I'll post a link in the description for a scale you can use. I strongly suggest getting one where you can measure in grams because it's more accurate, and I don't know, it's just easier for me to mix juice on this as opposed to by volume, with syringes and stuff. I only use syringes when I'm dealing with smaller bottles, like this 15 ml bottle, but, to each their own. So that's the first thing you're going to need if you want to DIY. Again, I did not purchase this from Liquid Barn, but I'll post a link in the description. So first thing I bought from Liquid Barn is going to be this vegetable glycerin here. This is the main ingredient in any vape juice. VG is typically 70% or so of the bottle, depending on what you like. The more percent of VG you have, the more clouds you're going to get. But you're also going to lose out on a little bit of flavor because propylene glycol is what carries the flavor. I'm not saying it's going to be flavorless, but if you were to vape this VG, just this bottle right here, you could, but it's just going to taste like air. So you can see right here, it's USP kosher, 500 milliliters, 16.9 ounces. On the back of the bottle here, you have the chemical properties. This little sentence right here is just basically telling you to not store it anywhere hot. Keep it, keep it in a well-ventilated area. Blah blah. Just don't be dumb with this. It's bottled right here in the U.S. and L.A. and it's got a Best Buy date 11/30/2019. I'm definitely going to be using this before then. But yeah, so that's going to be the first thing that you're going to absolutely need if you want to start making your vape juice. I will post link, again, of how much this cost and where you can get it. Obviously, Liquid Barn. So let's move on to the next item. Here's your propylene glycol, or PG. Typically, this makes up about 30% of the bottle. It's like I said earlier, it's like a flavor carrier, You don't need this in your vape juice, but typically it's 70-30. Once again, it's USP kosher, 500 milliliters. I got 2 bottles of this and also 2 bottles of the vegetable glycerin, so I got plenty. You're going to want to shake this one pretty good. Chemical properties, same as the last one, well-ventilated area. Don't keep it in the sun. I don't know why you would. Also bottled in LA, Best Buy 9/20/2020. So this is going to be, it's going to last you a little bit longer than the VG, which is good because, like I said, this only makes up 30% of your mixes as opposed to 70% like the vegetable glycerin. But VG and PG, you're going to need these to make your vape juice. So let's move on to the next. Alright, here's your nicotine solution. You don't need this, especially if you vape 0 milligram nicotine. It's self-explanatory. But me, I vape 3 milligram nicotine. So I obviously need this. It's going to be 100 milligram strength, okay? It's not a 100 milligram bottle. This is actually a 125 milliliter bottle. I'll get into the reason why that's important to know in a second, but just know it's 100 milligram PG base, okay? And there's your warning right there. I don't know if you really want to read all that, but that's just basically saying it's an addictive chemical, contains nicotine. On the back here, you have your ingredient list. Like I said, since it's a PG base, and then you got your nicotine, okay? You have your warnings back there, and since my camera isn't the greatest, I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. If you see that skull and crossbones, this is fatal if swallowed. Keep this away from kids and away from animals, and if you're an idiot, don't even have one of these, okay? You don't want to get this stuff on your hands. I don't know why you would get it in your mouth. When you're handling this, you want to be having, wear some gloves. Be smart with it. Be safe. Keep this in a cool environment. In your fridge is where I keep my stuff. I have a son and 2 dogs, so you want to keep this on the top shelf. My son doesn't go in the fridge by himself anyways, but just to be on the safe side. Treat it like a gun or anything you don't want your kids to get into. This is definitely not something that you want to get a hold of. All right, now let's move on to the next couple things I bought. Some syringes. I have 3 10 milliliter syringes. Oops, sorry, I said that really weird. 10 milliliter syringes, and then I bought one 1 milliliter syringe. This is what I use to handle the nicotine. Like I said earlier, I prefer my stuff to be mixed by weight, not by volume. But when it comes to nicotine, I'll mix the VG and the PG by weight, but the nicotine, I'm definitely going to be mixing this by volume because it's a lot more accurate, in my opinion, especially when I'm messing with nicotine. As you can see, it's by 0.1 increments all the way up to 1 mil. Okay. And yeah, I just bought a couple spares. So, be smart. These are like $1 or something like that. Also, you want to make sure you buy the tips. They don't come as a set. But I'll post a link, and it's really easy to figure it out. But yep, so there's my syringes. Alright guys, now for the fun stuff. You have your sweetener, your menthol, your peach, your orange banana, strawberry, and your pineapple. Okay, all these is what's called flavor concentrates, okay? These are 15 ml bottles, and yes, that's a very small size bottle, okay? But these go a long way, okay? Now, what flavor concentrates are is, it's just concentrated flavor, essentially. You add this to your VG, PG mix, shake it up, let it sit if it recommends to be sitting, or they're great as shake and vapes as well. And basically, a shake and vape is just where you put this in your VG, PG mixture, shake the bottle up, and it's good to vape. And the thing that you have to realize is on the back of here, it has your suggested starting percentage. I don't know if you can read that. That's 1%. This one is 1%. Right here, your peach, this is going to be 10%. And they're all different. See, this one's 9%. I believe strawberry is 8. Yep. And then you got your pineapple, which is 8. Okay, so they all vary, okay? And basically what that means is I will post a link in the description to an e-liquid calculator. But what you're going to want to do is, let's just say that you're going to make a bottle like this, a 60 milliliter size bottle, okay? Right here, this flavor I have in here is strawberry watermelon bubblegum, something that I made myself with Liquid Barn's DIY flavor concentrates. This is really good juice. But anyways, so this bottle right here is a 60 milliliter size bottle. On the calculator, the first part's going to say desired, how much do you want to make? So 60 milliliters, okay? Then it's going to ask you how much VG-PG. Okay, so that's going to be like I showed you earlier. There's your PG, and there's your VG, okay? So you're going to do typically 70% VG, 30% PG, depending on what you like. But that's a very good starting vape juice, okay? So you're going to type in 70, 30, okay? And then if you don't use nicotine, then you leave the next section blank. But if you do, here's your nicotine solution. And like I said earlier, this is really important. The strength of this nicotine is 100 milligrams, all right? And on the back of here, that's basically, they did the math for you. I don't know if you can read that. It's propylene glycol, 90%, and then it's actually 10% nicotine. But don't worry about all that stuff on the back. That's just, it's just them doing the math. Basically, as a DIY juice person, you want to make your own stuff. this is the stuff you have to worry about. It's 100 milligram strength, and it's PG base. Okay, so you type in, what do you want your overall bottle to be? 3%, 6%. Me, I do 3%. Okay, so then you type in 3%. Next, it's gonna say flavoring. Okay, so let's take, let's just take some peach for example. Okay, so you type in peach, and then it's gonna have a little blank spot with a percent. You're gonna type in 10, and then when you scroll it down to the bottom, it's gonna do the math for you because it's a calculator, right? It's gonna break it down either in volume or by weight, however it is that you prefer. And for me, what I like to do is I measure the vegetable glycerin and the propylene glycol by weight. Okay, because you can be a little bit off on the VG and the PG. It's not going to really make a difference. If you add way too much propylene glycol, yeah, it's going to be, maybe not as, it's not going to make as much clouds. It's not, your vapor production is going to be off. And if you add too much VG, your flavor is going to be a little off, more muted, but you're definitely going to have more clouds. But either way, this scale here measures in grams, so even when I am off, I'm only off by 1 or 2 grams, so not really enough to, to really make a difference. But these are what you want to be careful with, because if you add too little, again, flavor is going to be muted. If you add too much, it's going to be too sweet, and I've already tried that once before, and it's definitely a difference. So with this, I use the 1 ml syringe, I take the cap off, and I just measure it like that. Haven't had an issue. All the links will be in the description, like I said, below, to show you guys how to do all that. But yeah, before I forget, there's one more thing that I did buy from Liquid Barn that I want to show you. That's going to be these two things right here. You have your Purple Delight by Re-Up and your Sweet Lovin' by Mr. Good Vape. What these are, they're basically what I showed you earlier, flavor concentrates, but these are basically completed recipes in a bottle. If I was to take, for example, let's use the peach again. Okay, this is just peach. Obviously, yes, you can vape just this with your VG, PG mixture, but it's just going to be peach. And you can play around, you can mix peach with whatever, or you can mix whatever flavor concentrate you want to mix. But these two things right here, and they have a whole selection on their website. These just caught my eye. This is a whole entire recipe. There could be 20 different flavor concentrates mixed up into this one bottle. But when you mix this at the recommended percentage, which is 16%, so it's significantly higher than the other flavor concentrates. This one, I believe, is 15%, right? So you'll go through these bottles quicker, but these vapes are, these are phenomenal. I tried this Re-Up here, and the Sweet Lovin'. This Re-Up by far is my all-day vape. I don't think I've ever had a flavor this strong, this sweet. And it's yet to gunk my coils up too, which I'm actually really surprised, because everyone knows typically the more sweeter the juice, the faster your coils get gunked up. But yeah, I strongly suggest checking these out if you guys don't want to take the chance and, make some really bad juice by mixing, pineapple and graham cracker, which some of you guys might think that's good, but you get what I'm saying. These have already been tried, tested and trued, through Liquid Barn and Re-Up, Mr. Good Vape. They have other companies there, Craft, but it's really good stuff. So check this out if you don't want to mix your own stuff and you just want to put a couple drops and you're good to go. Alright, so I just showed you guys everything from Liquid Barn that I bought. I give you guys kind of like a quick once-over on, what they have to offer. There's a lot more flavors. They got, close to 100, maybe even more of these flavor concentrates. I just like really fruity, fruity stuff. My profile is candy, gummy, fruity. I don't like those really pastry vapes, but if you do, they definitely have that stuff too. Those really rich stuff like that. But yeah, links in the description of everything that I bought, everything that you can buy. If you guys found this video informative, you liked it, if you didn't like it, either way, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do to improve the videos in the future, other than get a new camera, because I don't got $500. But yeah, guys, be sure to keep a lookout for more videos. I got some more reviews cooking. And until then, you know what to do. Stay classy.
What a perfect way to end this. I'll say